everyone, I'm Kelsey,
And I'm George.
and you're listening to the Box Officers Podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please continue to support us by leaving us a star rating or review wherever you're listening to this episode.
Watching a bad movie is like witnessing a serious crime, but have no fear, the box officers are here. Each episode, Kelsey, me, and J-Pat review a new movie, and at the end of the episode, we will classify the film according to the severity of the punishment, if any.
Yes. So, films can be convicted of a felony, misdemeanor, an infraction, or on the rare occasion found innocent. So, this week we have the movie Bugonia. So, if you have not seen it yet, you have to pause this because we're going to spoil it. And this is actually one that you don't want us to spoil for you. Like, we're going to mess it up. So, you have to go watch the movie and then come back. But otherwise, let's get into the episode. You know, when I was thinking, like, how are we going to split up these episodes? I said, I feel like this is one that Georgette needs to watch. Like, I tried to
I'm
pick
dead.
based on you guys. So I was like,
No, that's so fair.
like something that you're going to be into. Like, I heard Idris Elba and I said, you know what? I feel like J-Pat's going to eat that up. First thing he said on our episode, he was
An
like,
action
I
movie
watched it
too?
because, yeah. I said, oh, this will do his heart some good. And then I said, this seems weird. This seems more like thespian like, you know? I said Georgette
Yeah.
can appreciate like a deeper meaning here. So let's give this one to her. And here we are. How do you
Here we
feel about
are.
Emma Stone?
Like her. I feel like she's been taking on really artsy movies lately.
Absolutely.
I,
Yeah.
and I like someone who can branch out. I appreciate the effort. Yeah, I like
Yeah.
her. I fuck with her.
I do too. I really like her. Talented woman, and I feel like you said, range is everything. They don't have range anymore.
Yeah.
The new girls, they don't have range. My girl Emma, she's always been so versatile, and I can respect that. Jesse Plemons, I don't know if you've seen, this is one of my favorite movies ever, and I feel like nobody talks about it. It's called Game Night with Jason Bateman.
Yes. We watched it together.
Yes, we did.
That was
It
the
was
funniest thing we walked
so
into without
funny.
knowing.
We had no idea. No
Literally.
idea. It was so funny. I was so caught off guard. Like we had no idea. We went for a friend's birthday party and it was like so funny to us. He really cared there, and ever since then I've been a fan.
Yeah.
That
And
movie though sold me on
Black
him.
Mirror, he did really good in that too.
Yes, I've never seen him flop. Like he's somebody who like I
Yeah.
believe in fully. I trust him when I see his name on like a movie trailer, movie poster. I say, "Oh, they're doing something serious over there. They're
We're gonna
acting."
be in for a time.
Yes. Stavros Halkias. Halkias. Sorry to everybody who knows that I messed that up. He had a smaller role. He tweeted, bro. It was so funny. He tweeted and he was like, "Oh, I hope this helps me become like the like comedic side fat man for a generation. Like, I hope this is my introduction to becoming that
That's
guy for
so
a
funny.
generation." And it was so funny. Stavros, I liked you. I thought you did a great job. I don't see why
Yeah,
not.
maybe you'll get the maybe
Maybe maybe you'll get the title.
I don't know how that's really specific.
Yeah, he says I know my lane and I wanna drive in it, and
I love
good
that.
for him.
I
Yeah,
love that for him.
and then like it caught me off guard.
At least he's being honest.
I love that for him though. Anyways, Aiden Delbise, was like a debut
I've never s-
moment.
I've never seen him before in anything.
Me either.
Okay.
And loved. And then Alicia Silverstone, which was random, but she was like the mother. So like I couldn't really tell that was her at first, but she was in it.
Yeah. I don't What else is she in? I don't recognize her.
They're gonna cancel you. Clueless, this is mother. Yep.
Okay. I was like, what am I supposed to know that from?
You
Yeah.
know our girl.
Yeah,
Then
that's
that's our
definitely
girl.
her. Bro, I was like, you look so familiar. But then I was like, I don't know you from nowhere.
Dude,
Like, I was
I will
genuinely.
say, in this movie, I didn't like recognize her at first either, just because it was weird and there's a lot going on. Like, I just wasn't looking at her face for real
Okay, so it
at
wasn't
first.
just me, no, but like once you said it, like I'm like, that's definitely her.
Yeah, it is. So she was. I wonder why they got someone so big, I guess, to play a part that was not like huge. I don't know. That was random to me, but maybe they have money. Good for them. So this is actually based on. This is an English like remake of the 2003 film Save the Green Planet. It's a South Korean film that I have not seen,
Me
but I heard it's
neither.
great. I'm curious. I'll have to watch it now.
The South Korea, they've been making good movies. Like even
Yes.
Parasite, like even though everybody's watched it lately, I saw that he drew each scene or something by hand first, and like
Wow.
seeing them match up. If I see the video, I'll send it to you. But it was
Yeah.
like so cool. I'm like, wow, this is like next level like stuff. This is not no. I don't know if they'd be using Chat GPT in the Hollywood now, but they need to
Yes.
elevate or they're gonna get left behind because these other countries are going ham, bro.
They really are. They really are. Parasite is one of my favorite movies of all time. It is perfect.
It
It's a
is
perfect
honestly that
movie.
good.
So yeah, I have full faith in Save the Green Planet. I have not seen it, but I plan to, especially now. I can compare.
Yeah.
And I wonder how I'll feel about Bugonia after it. But what did you like about this movie?
I like that it was like absurd. Like it's just like
Bananas.
okay, like this can literally go anywhere at this point. And I feel
Bananas.
like it was really unpredictable, especially like the ending. I'm just like, okay. Like, but then
Yeah.
it goes with the rest of the film where it's just like this can plausibly happen. So it's like it makes they laid up the groundwork for the ending to make sense.
They
So I can't
did.
be mad. Like there's nothing to be mad at.
Yeah. I mean, I think that I also liked you know, as a person who loves a good conspiracy theory myself, although I don't identify with Jesse's character here, it's never gone that far for me. But I do love a good
Are we sure of
conspiracy
that?
theory.
Can we check your
We are
basement?
sure. I was going to say, check downstairs.
Let's do a little camera switch. Flip the camera.
You just hear like quiet calls for
Why you getting
help in the
nervous, Kelsey?
background. I'm like gonna have to cut my camera off and then like step away for a second just to take care of some things. Yeah, I love a good conspiracy theory, but this is like a really good depiction of like extremists. And it's so I saw some places this was listed as a comedy and I was like, why? But it's so bananas that it is funny at moments. Like, um, I will say throughout the movie, at no point did I think that woman was an alien. It just never occurred to me that that was even a possibility. I thought that
That's
this
what I'm saying.
movie,
Like, it was just so absurd. Like,
like,
what?
I thought the movie was about, I thought it was just very face value. Like, this is like what happens when you have people who aren't getting the help they need and then they go too far down a rabbit hole and obsess over a concept and they're not open to like reality. And I just thought that that was the thing. If anything, I thought we were advocating for mental health. They said, nope, she's an alien. And I love that. I love when people do silly things. It was just like a silly thing. And then I feel like it's a movie you have to go back and rewatch knowing that she's an alien and see like I was thinking like that.
That's true.
And there are so many moments where I thought like, oh, she's just, she's smart. She's obviously like a very up there businesswoman. Like she's understanding what to do in a hostage situation. I'm sure she's prepared for this to some extent, like the bargaining and how to manipulate your way out of that. And I was like, oh, she's doing really good. No, like when she told the guy, she was like, yeah, I'll take you on my spaceship. And I was thinking, oh, she's trying to like buy into, or she was like, I'm an alien. I'm an alien. I'm telling you. I was like, this is smart for her to play along so they don't hurt her again. That woman was speaking for real. She's like, I will take you on the spaceship. Like, that's crazy. Those conversations are going to be seen completely different now that you know She's an
Yeah.
alien.
And knowing that he was right the whole time.
Yes, because I said, oh, I've seen a lot of crazy. Y'all are not okay. Especially when he shocked that woman. I had to Google like how many volts. What's the measurement? Anyway, I said, how high can this go before you like kill a person? Because I was like, it was going for so long. He shocked that woman. I said, you're not right. He had his closet full of body parts that he was like, I was like, it's giving Dexter at this point. Like, I don't know what's going on. Whole time, this is what took me out. She goes, so how many of them were whatever their word for aliens? How many of them were aliens? And he's like, two. And it's like, this man is not right. Whole time he has two cut up aliens in his closet. Like, that's crazy. And he looked so unwell. And when he was described, he said, look at her fingers. Like, I was like, this is so rude.
And
Because,
that's
like,
what I thought too. He was like, you don't look like a 45-year-old woman. She's like, oh, it's diet and stuff. I'm like,
like,
oh no, no.
I felt like that was so rude. I was like, why is he talking about this lady? He was like, to his brother or whoever that was, he was like, come on, isn't it obvious? Like, she doesn't even look human. I'm like, that's
I
so
would be so
mean.
mad.
It's so mean. Whole
I
time,
would be so mad.
she's not. She's not human. And then cutting off her hair and saying like,
Yeah.
so she can't communicate. First thing she says was they say to her was she's like back in her alien ship, whatever. They're like, we couldn't communicate with you because of your hair. So everything he said made sense. And he was
And we
right
were
the
just looking
whole
at him like he
time.
was insane.
Yes, and then I was like, man, he just went and killed his mom. Like he's so crazy, but it's like, how can he be that delusional? Like he's clearly upset because of his mother. And then also his childhood. It seemed like some weird stuff was going on there.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is somebody who needs like serious help. This man needs a platform. It was
He could have really
crazy.
got us like saved the world, literally.
Like I
Literally.
it's like actually, and I think that's so crazy because it's like I can't think of a lot of movies where it's like you watch it and then you're like, "Oh, I've misunderstood every character here. I need to go watch it back again like with the truth on. The truth goggles on." I ate that up. I'm not going to lie.
Liked how they had us guessing the whole time. Like, it's like it started. I think parts where I could believe him because I didn't think anything's like 100%. Like he clearly could have got his from somewhere. That's why the conspiracy theorists like work because it's like okay, like yeah, they're crazy, but it's like sometimes they be saying stuff that makes sense. Like the flat earthers, bro. Like it's like okay, yeah, it's crazy, but then it's like I don't know, bro. Like the pictures could be fake. Like I don't. It's just like you really don't
The
know. So it's
moon
like okay,
landing.
yes, of course, I'm gonna believe the corporate woman who's really saying sensible things, but at the same time, it's like I don't know. Like he could be right too. I feel like they really kept both options open, even though we obviously lean more towards the like normal, like what we would consider normal, more trusting person. I really feel like that's why like we kind of betrayed ourselves at the end because like we didn't fully explore the fact that he could have been right, really.
Yeah. Like at all. And I think you're right. Like the whole reason about the conspiracy theories working, like it can't work if it doesn't sound true. So
Yeah.
I just think because of his demeanor, it came off as so extreme, and then you see him doing like things before, like chemically castrating himself and his brother, and all of this stuff. Like it comes across as like, oh, you're not well, so I'm
Yeah.
automatically gonna dismiss everything you say, and that's just not
Because
right.
if he was more like a mad scientist like archetype, I feel like it would definitely would make it more believable. He kind of gave like hillbilly, like, and
Yeah,
I feel like I think that that was on purpose, definitely.
yeah, for sure.
Because I
Yeah,
think if they did it any
absolutely.
other way, like we would definitely give him like credit for like okay, maybe he knows something we don't know.
Yeah, because if he had her like you know, appearance and like demeanor, we would have bought into it like immediately. And I would have been
Yeah,
like, oh, this is a sci fi movie. This is an alien movie. I don't know if it's because I didn't like, I don't know, maybe I should have went back and watched the trailer. I don't remember ever paying attention to a trailer about it. But maybe I don't know. It never crossed my mind that I was watching a sci-fi movie. Like I literally thought that this was like a realistic drama about weird people. I thought it was about I don't know,
It
a
doesn't look weird
protest
till the
against rich
last couple of
people.
scenes. Like it literally looks like
Exactly.
any normal. It doesn't look like any. It just looks like a normal movie. Like the last couple of scenes, it looks absurd. That's what I'm saying. It looks absurd. Like I'm just like, what in the Timu? Like what is going on here? Like
Somebody was
I think
playing
if that
around.
was, I didn't watch the trailer, so I don't know. But if that was shown in the trailer, I would definitely think this was a weird movie. Like
Yeah.
or like I wouldn't know what I was getting into.
We do believe Ari Aster was involved. I absolutely believe that.
Who is
Um,
that?
he directed Beau is Afraid. I don't know if you watched that. That was another weird movie. He does stuff like this sometimes. He's had his hand in it. And then also, like, I'm not familiar with his work, but the director for this one, because I think Ari Aster was like a producer. The director, though, was Yorgos Lanthimos. And I guess he's known for doing movies like this, where they're just like, you're pushing the boundaries of like what's expected. So
Yeah.
I feel like maybe somebody who was familiar with his work would have been expecting like a twist of some sorts maybe, but this is my first peek into his world and I'll be staying here a while. I liked it.
It's definitely interesting. Like, I feel like I experienced a lot in the movie, like, as opposed to like other movies where it can get boring. Like, definitely kept the tempo. Like, it really felt like one thing after the another. I didn't feel like anything dragged off overly long. And I felt like everything that was there was needed for the next scene to continue, like, very seamlessly.
I guess you're right. I would say though, like one of my complaints on my letterbox was that I felt at times like I don't know. And looking back, so here's the thing: I should stop reviewing movies immediately after because, like, I feel like it's not a true opinion, but I want to keep my original review on my letterboxed page. I did complain about it dragging a little bit in the sense that I, at a certain point, thought like, shouldn't she be escaping by now? And had the ending
Bro, but
not
low
been what
key,
it
that makes
was,
sense though.
it does make sense now, but before the last 3 minutes of the movie, I was just like, do I need 2 hours of an abduction? I don't think so. So I think I was getting like a little, I was like, this is dragging me a little bit in the sense that nothing about the situation has changed. Nothing about the plot has changed. It started to pick back up again after the brother, like, killed himself because I was like, okay, now
That
the
was crazy.
situation is changing.
I need some explanation on
I had
that.
a
I
feeling
didn't
he was going to
fully.
do that. He was talking in a way that didn't
But why did
look.
he do it?
He probably, I don't know. That's a situation that puts people in a lot of stress. You're like not,
That was
yeah.
necessary.
It wasn't, but I think it was impactful because he was like the heart of it. So you lose that. Now we just have like chaos. And that is when things started to get out of hand. But you're right. I mean, I guess they didn't have to, but it's kind of like low key, like what does he add to the story from that point on? Because we needed the situation to escalate so that like the following events could occur. I'm sure they
True.
could have done it in another way, but otherwise that was my point. Up until that point, like it was just going to stay stagnant the whole time because there was nothing that was going to change. I know they brought in the cop to try to like switch things up, but again, the only reason that escalated is again because the brother killed himself. Like it was all necessary, but that like middle portion felt like how are we going to get out of this situation? And I don't feel like it needed to be as long because that is why the movie was 2 hours long.
Yeah.
I don't think you should make the ending longer. I think the middle could have been shorter. It just felt repetitive to me after like a few minutes. I'm like, I get it. She's abducted. Like, we get it. They're crazy. Like, what else? But I get what you're saying also in that, like, it did all feel very purposeful. It's not like they were wasting time. It's just like I could have done with the spark notes. Like, I was ready to. I feel like I'm like acting like J-Pat, where I'm like, there weren't enough fighting. There weren't enough swords or something. Like, you know,
There was a lot of like the expository but I think that it had to happen because it's like a discussion to see whose ideals would you
it
like
did.
plausibly believe. So it's like how
Yes.
else could they have done that in a more concise way without just having
Yeah.
a back and forth like dialogue, which I feel like dialogue takes obviously way longer than just like showing. So it's like
No,
I don't
you're right.
know.
I thought it was gonna be like a Taken kind of vibe. And that's not what it was. I think that's what,
Yeah.
like, that kind of action where it's like somebody's trying to like get her back, or like she's like fighting her way out, or and it wasn't like that. You're right. It was just like more so debate class than anything. And I think if I had known that going in, then I wouldn't have had that complaint. But I did not know that, so I was just like, oh, like that's it. No rah rah. You just got kidnapped, and you're just gonna like
Well, she's a
talk to them.
alien, bro. So she
But we
don't
didn't
even.
know.
I
We didn't
know that's
know.
the crazy part.
Which is why, yeah, I say that my review initially was wrong because I should have added that context in, but I just went off of like what I felt in the moment, which was like it was dragging a lot, but like it needed to, otherwise the ending wouldn't have hit and it wouldn't have made sense. And then you wouldn't have had that like moment afterwards where you're like, oh my goodness, this is why she was saying this and da, 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 da. And you know, it adds to the surprise. If you just have one scene of her like being abducted and then she's like, surprise, I'm an alien for real, we would have not like cared. But by then I was invested in her as a human being, and I was like, I'm rooting for her safety. And then like she gets it and she's in the ambulance and then she escapes. And then that's when it clicked for me that she was an alien. It wasn't until then. Literally. Like when I saw her running back, I said there's only one reason why she would run back. And that was it. Didn't even cross my mind as a possibility. 0% chance she was an alien until she got out the ambulance. I said, oh my gosh, she's going back. And yeah, I don't know. Shocked for sure.
All the this is like the conspiracy theorists is like propaganda to believe them.
Man, like so many people are gonna use this as their like
Yeah. I mean, hey, they
their
need representation too.
I guess like I mean now I feel like I need to take people more seriously. Like
It's
when they tell me
plausible.
anything is possible. Well, what would you rate the movie?
Give this a misdemeanor.
Okay.
It was like I really like the undertones of the movie. Like for face value, it's really unassuming for sure. But I really like what it says without like saying it. Because I feel like it's just they're just representing different ideals. And I saw somewhere they said that the what's his name, Don, was representing like moderate people who just like watch everything happen. Like I feel like
Mm-hmm.
it really gave like social commentary without spelling it out for us. Like other movies
Yeah.
have done. Yeah, and I really like that. And it did it in a really entertaining way and a really thought-provoking way. Like dang, like I've just projected all my biases on this man and it's like he was literally put his life on the line to tell us that this lady is an alien. I did not believe him. It's like what does
Yeah.
that say about me? Right? And like all
Yeah.
the things that
Yeah.
I like I don't know. And how we just easily trusted her, like, because she was just so competent and stuff. And it's just like, that's actually not normal, but we didn't want to listen to him. So it's just like, yeah, I think it's like social commentary and also like allows you to reflect on yourself. Like, why did I think that so easily? So
Yeah.
wholly?
Yeah. But why only a misdemeanor then? Like that's almost really bad.
A
Like
misdemeanor.
what made it like bad to you then?
Isn't it innocent misdemeanor felony?
Innocent infraction, misdemeanor,
Oh,
felony.
I give it an infraction.
I was
Not me
like,
knowing
does
my
it
own
sound?
grading. I was like, it's bro. It's because I haven't given infraction in so long, bro. Like I literally forgot it existed. Like when was the last infraction?
You don't give them out,
That's what
actually.
I'm saying. I was like, there was another one. Because I know it wasn't innocent, but I was like, okay, it's a misdemeanor. Then shoot,
That is
wow, look at
so
that
funny.
history made. It's an infraction, y'all.
Growth. Yeah, so I would say the same, an infraction because overall, that ending alone. Okay, I respect this movie even though at first I didn't understand it. So I have to give it an infraction. I will say I can't give it an innocent because of the fact that I still do believe it did not need to be that long. I feel like a lot of the times when I complain about a movie, I'm complaining about the length. I think that everything you say or do does need to be purposeful and like move the story forward like actively. Otherwise, we're just like sitting here watching a book, and I didn't sign up for that. But I think I can only give it an infraction and not a misdemeanor because it was wordy, but it did serve a purpose. I think the problem is that I didn't know that until the end. So I judged a book by its cover when you really can't lay down the law until you fully finish it. I did like that it challenged my thoughts. And I will say also, you made a comment earlier about how it's kind of like social commentary without being like straight in your face. I also saw somebody say something like that. And it made me think about how you felt about one battle after another where you were like, why are they screaming at me?
Yes, it's just
And
like, bro.
it's just not. And this was very different, but I agree. It was like, wow, you're challenging me to think on so many levels, and all of them are like occurring to me naturally. You didn't have to force me to do it. Like your work made me think genuinely. You didn't have to tell me to think. And so I
Yeah.
think that's even better. But overall, it was entertaining. It was original, even though it's a remake. But like it's an original like premise in terms of the OG. And then I would say even like the I don't know, like I'm impressed. They had me like fooled. I'm not easily like fooled. I feel like I say that a lot and it's not true, but I'd like to think I'm not easily
That's
fooled.
just crazy, bro.
Completely blew my
Like,
mind
it's
and
literally
it was
absurd.
interesting.
Like,
It was interesting, and even just the montage at the end of like all the people being like I guess dead now. That is just like it's so starkly contrast to the rest of the movie that I was just like, wow, like people have the lights are on. I was impressed. It was a good piece of work. The movie was just good. It was just a good movie. I was really impressed. I will say also, in terms of like people who are going to beat me up for not liking the middle as much, I was tired. I'll be honest. I can't keep watching these movies when I'm tired. I think that's what happened, if we're being completely
yeah.
honest.
Get a brain blocked.
Just a tad. So it's not their fault, only an innocent. I mean, infraction. It's only an
Infraction.
infraction. Nothing serious. Like, you're gonna go home to your family. It's okay. Super interesting though. Like, I love weird vibes and um,
Yeah, like I like
plot twists.
original-ish movies, plot twists, so like thought-provoking. It was really good. The acting was like for this type of movie, the acting had to be tea. Like, like, bro, can't be
Ate
no
the
Hallmark.
house boots down. Like,
Yeah, like literally. So all the acting was really superb. 10 out of 10. Like this, literally the best actors because he bro, he be taking his stuff serious, bro. I don't know what type
like,
of acting class he took, but like he is a really convincing actor in all his roles. So like I feel like he was the
yeah,
best person to do this because like you
yeah.
really needed somebody convinced. Like you needed that person really thought that she was an alien. Like if there
I
was like
did.
even a glimmer of hope that we think that he's like wavering and or something like that,
Yeah,
like it just wouldn't have worked. But we really needed him to believe that she was an alien and for her to really like us for her to be human or like
yes,
human enough. Like okay, she's a human for sure, but she was an
yeah.
alien, and it
Like,
would be Emma Stone.
it would be Emma Stone, bruh. Like, and I agree. Like, the acting is what really sold me across the board. Tens, tens, tens. These people are getting nominated for something for sure.
Yeah,
I don't see why they wouldn't be strong contenders for their various categories. Because I mean, something like this, yeah, you have to sell me a story. You had to I had to turn this on, watch a movie. I showed up, watched a movie that some people knew. And you still had to convince me otherwise. Make me believe a false narrative only to reveal otherwise in the end. A lot of movies are very straightforward. You know, they have a plot, nobody's going to trick you. And even if they're tricking you, they're not lying to you about the entire movie. They're like, oh, surprise, like the plot has evolved. This
yeah.
movie was like, oh, surprise, everything we told you was a lie. Like, you know, because you're watching it on the for the most part for the average person like in support of Emma Stone's character. So you're believing her. And then even then, she was honest. That woman, I think 30 minutes in was like, "Yep, I'm an alien." Like so
That is
you
so
are
funny.
actively as an audience member like fighting against what the movie cuz now if you think about it, now you have both main characters even though she, you know, he's crazy and he's saying it, she is also saying what he's saying by this point. Now, you
Yeah,
think
they're
she's
both
saying it
telling us.
falsely, but they are both saying the same thing. And we as an audience are like, nope. For 2 hours straight, we're like, nope, you're wrong. It takes a lot of intelligence to write something that would make me challenge what everybody in the movie is saying.
What they're literally telling you, and you were just like, no, you're
Straightforward.
wrong.
Yeah.
Like, that's
So that was
crazy.
a masterclass in screenwriting, and yeah, I was impressed. So
Yeah.
the box officer's stamp of approval. Do not take the infraction personally. It's not
It's
deep.
just really hard to be innocent.
It is hard to be innocent. I think we've given that out like maybe twice. I can't even tell you what it was for, but
Yeah.
it's just hard, you know.
I would say infraction might even be better than innocent, because innocent means, I feel like it was just our personal bias that really takes it to that next level. So infraction is just really innocent, but like objectively.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's fair to say. We need a list, like the box officers list. Do you know, like Obama does his list every year or something? Like,
Uh, at the end of the
we need to
year,
have
that'd
our
be so
list.
cool.
Yeah. Wow. Well, you guys, you heard it here first. You need to go watch Bugonia if you haven't already. I don't know why you would be here, but like, let us know your thoughts. We will be back next week with Predator. So, for that community, we're very excited for you.
JPat's community.
I was going to say, this is for JPat and his people.
Tron Legacy.
JPat's up this month. Like, JPat has been getting fed, and I'm so happy for him. But Wicked is around the corner. But we're so happy that you guys joined us. Let us know what you think, and we hope to see you back here next Wednesday.